Welcome to the ultimate celebration of the American spirit. Buckle up and get ready to hit the open road because we're about to witness the spectacular feature presentation 25 Dishes That Built Freedom, the ultimate 50s and 60s road trip feast. The 1950s was the era of pure American freedom and mobility. New highways demanded food that was fast, portable, and utterly delicious. From the first drive-thru burger to the ultimate picnic snack, these 25 iconic dishes redefined American cuisine itself. Let's hit the road and discover the flavors that created the great American road trip.
We begin our feast with the undisputed king of the American road, the classic hamburger. This simple sandwich is more than just ground beef and a bun. It is the culinary foundation of the entire freeway feast. Before the 1950s, meals demanded a stop, a table, and time. But the booming post-war economy and the new interstate system changed everything. America was on the move, and the hamburger was its fuel. The drive-thru was invented for this dish. It offered speed, uniformity, and affordability. The hamburger was the first truly democratic meal, a luxury of taste available to everyone, served so fast you barely needed to stop. Its genius lies in its portability. A complete, satisfying meal, perfectly contained and ready to be consumed with one hand on the wheel. It wasn't just a snack, it was a revolution, freeing Americans from the dining table and launching them onto the highway. The speed of the hamburger perfectly matched the new speed of American life. It is the ultimate expression of mid-century American ingenuity.
The king of the road needed a queen, and the hamburger found its perfect partner in the French fry. Before the drive-thru, fries were a casual side dish, but the fast food revolution transformed them into an instant golden companion. The genius of the American fry is its engineering. Thin, crisp, and served in a simple paper sleeve, perfect for dipping in ketchup and sharing in the passenger seat. They became the ultimate symbol of mass perfection. Every fry, every serving, exactly the same from coast to coast, offering comforting predictability wherever the road took you. They were cheap, addictive, and absolutely essential. If the hamburger fueled the road trip, the French fries were the perfect, crunchy sidekick that defined the flavor of freedom on the move.
The third pillar of the American drive-thru is the milkshake. This thick, icy, sweet treat was the ultimate symbol of American youth culture in the 50s and 60s. It wasn't just a drink, it was a slow, deliberate experience, a cold reward consumed through a paper straw. Like the burger and the fries, the milkshake had to be adapted for the road. Served in tall, disposable cups or metal shakers, its texture defined the drive-thru ritual. The classic, rich flavors – vanilla, chocolate, strawberry – were simple, yet offered a touch of indulgent luxury for minimal cost. It represented the cool, clean, and optimistic spirit of the era, the perfect sweet ending to the road trip feast, forever linking the sound of the car engine with the satisfying slurp of the straw.
While the hamburger reigned supreme, other regional champions began their journey onto the interstate. The fried chicken sandwich emerged as a truly Southern staple, offering a delicious alternative to beef. It brought the comforts of a Sunday dinner, crisp, perfectly seasoned fried chicken, and put it directly into a simple, soft bun. This was the meal that demanded stopping for a moment. Hot, juicy, and substantial. Unlike the strict uniformity of the burger, the chicken sandwich initially celebrated regional variations with spicy kicks or unique sauces that spoke of local heritage. It was an alternative to the beef monopoly,
a crunchy, savory piece of comfort that traveled well, proving that the road could offer both speed and regional authenticity.
No road trip, no ball game, and no quick stop was complete without the iconic hot dog. Simpler than a burger, yet just as versatile, the hot dog became another cornerstone of American on-the-go eating. Its genius was its simplicity and adaptability. A savory sausage in a soft bun, ready for endless customization with mustard, relish, onions, or chili. Unlike the hamburger, the hot dog had a more playful, almost festive spirit. It was the food of casual outings, roadside stands, and drive-in movie theaters. Cheap, universally loved, and incredibly easy to handle, even with one hand on the steering wheel, it perfectly embodied the informal, fun-loving spirit of mid-century America. It proved that sometimes the most sophisticated culinary solutions are also the simplest. In the midst of the fried food revolution, every good American meal needed a cool, crisp counterpoint. The coleslaw, a simple, creamy mix of shredded cabbage and carrots, served as the essential side dish for every picnic and roadside barbecue. It offered a vital element of freshness and a crunch that differed from the fries or the chicken. This was the wholesome, slightly sweet side that balanced the richness of the main course. Served in small white paper cups or transported in clear plastic tubs, coleslaw was reliably portable and cooling, an indispensable part of the American summer spread. It wasn't flashy, but it was fundamental, a simple, perfect complement that provided balance and a refreshing taste of home no matter how far you traveled.
For families on long, often tiring road trips, one meal offered guaranteed comfort: macaroni and cheese. This dish was the ultimate culinary safety blanket, a comforting taste of home packed into a side dish. While not strictly a drive-thru item, mac and cheese was the core element of any roadside dinner. It provided the warm, gooey texture that contrasted with the cold shakes and crisp fries. It represented the unshakable American ideal of home-style cooking, rich, cheesy, and universally appealing to children and adults alike. Served steaming hot in a small paper bowl or a sturdy diner cup, it was a hug on a spoon. This dish proved that even when traveling hundreds of miles from your front door, you could still find warmth, consistency, and a deep sense of familiarity in every bite.
Not every meal on the road came from a diner or a drive-thru. For the thrifty and prepared traveler, the real hero of the journey was the canned tuna salad. This simple mixture, often pre-made and packed in a cooler, was the foundation for countless homemade road trip sandwiches. Tuna salad represented thrift, practicality, and self-reliance, the classic American values. It was easy to assemble with basic ingredients, highly portable, and perfectly capable of feeding a family with minimal fuss. Spread thick between two slices of soft white bread, often paired with a crunchy pickle, it was the definition of portable, packed lunch. It was the antithesis of the greasy fast food impulse, offering a cool, savory, and consistent flavor that traveled for days. This staple proved that true American road food was not just about commercial speed, but also about the simple, prepared comforts of home. After savory bites and miles on the highway, the traveling American family needed a sweet, refreshing dessert. The strawberry shortcake was the quintessential summer treat, often carried along or found at farm stands. It represented a touch of lightness and seasonality, providing a necessary contrast to the heavy, creamy food of the diners. Its components were simple: a soft, slightly crumbly biscuit, sweet sliced strawberries, and a generous dollop of fresh whipped cream. This dessert was the ideal portable indulgence, easy to pack in a small box and even easier to share. Shortcake carried the light, optimistic spirit of a perfect summer day on the open road. It was the sweet, simple luxury that made the journey feel like a true vacation, proving that the best road food wasn't always deep-fried, but often home-baked. For travelers seeking reliability and warmth without the complexity of a full dinner, there was one hero on the menu: the grilled cheese sandwich. This simple creation, cooked on a sizzling flat-top grill, defined the quick, comforting lunch at any roadside diner. It was food science at its finest. 2 slices of buttery bread grilled to a perfect golden brown, encasing a core of melted, gooey cheese. The grilled cheese offered instant gratification and was a universal comfort meal, especially when paired with a side of tomato soup, the perfect dip. It represented the honesty and consistency of the American diner experience. Regardless of the location, you could rely on this sandwich to be exactly what you needed: hot, cheesy, and satisfying. This simple staple guaranteed warmth and flavor, a reassuring constant on the ever-changing highway. Beyond the food, the longest American journeys required a steady supply of fuel for the driver. The true companion for late-night hauls was not the diner cup, but the trusty Thermos coffee. This was the coffee that carried the driver through the darkness, hot, strong, and conveniently self-contained. The classic metal thermos, often featuring a plaid pattern or bright red shell, was an indispensable piece of roadside gear. It symbolized foresight and persistence, offering a constant, personal warmth when all the roadside lights had faded. Poured into its small metal cap cup, this coffee was a ritual, a moment of personal reflection and necessary wakefulness before continuing the endless miles. Thermos coffee was the simple, reliable fuel that turned a potentially exhausting journey into a manageable adventure, proving that the comforts of home could be carried with you, one hot sip at a time. For a personal, pocket-sized pleasure, the fast food counter or gas station often offered the mini fruit pie, known today as a hand pie. This dessert took the comforting essence of a full pie and packaged it for the traveler on the move. It was a triumph of engineering, a crisp, flaky crust sealed around a piping hot fruit filling, apple, cherry, or peach. The genius lay in its perfect form factor, eliminating the need for plates or cutlery. The hand pie was a warm, sweet, self-contained indulgence, a perfect 5-minute treat to enjoy while refueling the car or stretching the legs. It was a democratic dessert, offering everyone a share of that flaky comfort without waiting for a diner server. This compact confection cemented the idea that the road could offer sweet, sophisticated satisfaction, one hot, crunchy, individually wrapped bite at a time. As the American road trip evolved, so did the offerings at sophisticated roadside stops. The club sandwich, served primarily in mid-range motels and resort diners, became the hallmark of expanded comfort. Far more complex than a simple burger or grilled cheese, the club sandwich was a multi-layered architectural marvel. It featured toasted bread, sliced turkey or chicken, crispy bacon, lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise, held together by wooden picks. It wasn't just a sandwich, it was a full, satisfying meal on its own. Served often with chips or coleslaw and almost always cut into neat quarters, the club sandwich represented a step up in dining, a touch of metropolitan class on the open highway. It symbolized that travelers didn't have to sacrifice quality or complexity just because they were far from home. This layered classic confirmed that even in the most remote locations, refined, multi-textured satisfaction was always available.
Amidst the fried chicken and sugary shakes, the American traveler often sought a clear, bright antidote. The bottled orange juice, chilled and perfectly portioned, was the go-to choice for a burst of roadside vitality. This was more than just a drink. It was a compact symbol of natural health. A liquid ray of sunshine carried straight from Florida's groves to the heart of the American road trip. Its bright, acidic tang was a welcome wake-up call, a contrast to the heavy coffee and sweet sodas. Sold in simple glass bottles or sturdy paper cartons, it represented a small, responsible choice for families prioritizing health, even when miles away from home. Orange juice offered a guilt-free dose of energy, a refreshing moment to reset the body and mind before tackling the next stretch of highway. It was the simple assurance that even the fastest path could include a healthy dose of natural goodness.
As the sun set on the highway, a different kind of roadside magic unfolded. The drive-in theater offered entertainment under the stars, and its undisputed king of snacks was popcorn. This wasn't just movie food, it was an integral part of the drive-in experience, filling the car with its irresistible aroma. Served in generous, striped paper boxes, hot and buttering, popcorn was the perfect companion for a cinematic escape. It offered a communal joy, shared among friends and family, often spilling playfully onto the car seats. The sound of crunching popcorn blended with the crackle of the speaker box, creating a unique symphony of American leisure. It was simple, affordable, and deeply nostalgic, a symbol of freedom and innocent romance. This fluffy, savory treat cemented its place as the taste of a perfect summer night, proving that sometimes the best road trip destinations were not just about the journey, but also about the joyous stops along the way.
The American road trip was defined by independence, and every journey needed its sweet milestone. Stepping past the classic crunch of popcorn, travelers found the mini cheesecake, a modern marvel of portable pleasure. This tiny dessert captured the sophistication of the booming 60s. Silky smooth filling on a quick graham crust, served ice cold under the drive-in stars. It was an affordable escape, an elegant treat that didn't slow the pace of freedom. The mini cheesecake proved that the ultimate road trip feast wasn't just about hearty meals, it was about having a bite of quiet, compact luxury wherever the highway took you.
The road trip was a craving for freedom, but the soul needed spectacle. That spectacle was the banana split, the towering, vibrant centerpiece of the American diner. It was more than dessert. It was a defiant monument to abundance. Served in its glass boat, 3 ice cream scoops rose like mountains, flooded with color, daring you to share its sugary chaos. This was the taste of youth, messy and pure, shared under the neon lights. The banana split captured the 50s and 60s spirit, a bright, unrestrained celebration of life, proving that the road's greatest reward was often found in a shared, exuberant, unforgettable moment.
The appetite for speed transformed the American road, and soon it revolutionized the food we ate. Beyond the classic burger lay the chicken nugget, not yet a global icon, but the brilliant prototype of a new, engineered meal. This was the future of convenience, perfectly shaped, uniform, and effortlessly portable. It signaled a major shift, delivering protein that was ready at the speed of a jet engine. No bone, no mess, just efficiency. The early nugget represented the industrial confidence of the era, food designed for the fast lane. It was a subtle,
crisp monument to American ingenuity, proving that freedom could also be found in a quick, clean, and perfectly standardized bite. The road might call for speed, but true freedom also meant slowing down. After miles of open highway, there was nothing like the promise of a classic American breakfast and its undisputed champion, the humble pancake. This was comfort on a plate, a golden stack of fluffy perfection, drenched in rich maple syrup and often crowned with melting butter. Pancakes offered a pause, a moment of warmth and connection in a bustling world. They represented the quiet, enduring traditions that anchored families through changing times. Beyond the diner's counter or the kitchen table, pancakes were a sweet testament to simpler pleasures, a reminder that the heart of the American journey wasn't just about the destination, but about the cherished moments shared around a warm, inviting meal.
Amidst the neon glow of diners and the spectacle of the open road, the American routine needed an anchor. That anchor was the ham and cheese sandwich, the silent, reliable hero of the everyday lunchbox. It required no fanfare, just simple, honest ingredients. 2 slices of white bread, crisp lettuce, a smooth slice of cheese, and the steady saltiness of cured ham. This was the blueprint of stability, the taste of normalcy in a rapidly changing world. From the school playground to the factory floor, the ham and cheese defined the midday break, a perfectly sealed capsule of fuel, easily consumed and instantly satisfying. It was a testament to the enduring American comfort found not in extravagance, but in the dependable, perfectly predictable bite.
Every burger needed a sidekick, and while the French fry reigned, the true connoisseur demanded something bolder. They chose the onion ring, a savory declaration of style and superior taste. This was the elegant alternative, a perfectly sculpted loop of sweet onion encased in a crunchy, golden batter. Their circular shape, their textural snap, and their sheer visual presence elevated the humble side dish to an art form. Served hot in a conical paper cone or on a wire rack, onion rings were the sign of a sophisticated palate. They represented the freedom to upgrade your indulgence, proving that even the simplest fast food order deserved a touch of crunchy, golden luxury.
If the road demanded speed, the kitchen demanded instant fulfillment. The ultimate answer to convenience was not a recipe, but a brilliant industrial product, Cheese Whiz. This was the golden revolution of processed food, a smooth, uniform spread delivered directly from a jar. It was science in a bite, offering the comforting taste of cheese without the need for slicing or melting. Served simply on crackers, Cheese Whiz represented the total victory of efficiency. It embodied the American ambition to engineer every aspect of life, proving that the future of freedom was quick, easy, and ready straight from the shelf. If Cheese Whiz streamlined the snack, the TV dinner revolutionized the entire American evening. It was the ultimate intersection of technology and comfort, a complete, standardized meal served on a tray. Frozen, packaged, and ready for the oven, this aluminum marvel symbolized the triumph of post-war convenience. It freed the American housewife from the kitchen and brought the family together, not around the table, but around the radiant glow of the new cathode ray screen. The TV dinner was a clean, orderly answer to modern life. It embodied a new kind of freedom, the freedom to choose entertainment over effort, proving that the American dream could now be served neatly divided into 3 convenient sections.
The road tested patience, and the summer sun was relentless. But relief was always one brief stop away, waiting in the freezer case, the ice cream bar, portable pleasure on a wooden stick. This was instant gratification, a solid block of sweet, cold defense against the heat. Whether wrapped in chocolate or bursting with fruit flavor, it required no dish, no spoon, and no pause in your journey. The melting bar was the perfect symbol of carefree summer freedom, a joyful, temporary chaos that vanished as quickly as it appeared. It was the simple, sweet reminder that the greatest freedom often comes in the smallest, coldest package.
Miles blurred, engines roared, but one sound cut through the journey's hum, the crisp, satisfying pop of a glass bottle opening. This was the true fuel of the American road trip, beyond gasoline. Coca-Cola or Pepsi, served ice cold in its iconic, curvaceous form. More than just a beverage, it was a cultural lifeline, an instant burst of effervescent freedom. From roadside diners to drive-in theaters, its familiar contour and sweet, sharp taste marked every joyous pause. It was the universal refresher, a shared sip of Americana, uniting strangers and solidifying friendships. The glass bottle, gleaming with condensation, became a symbol itself, a testament to the simple, accessible pleasures that propelled a nation forward. It proved that sometimes the most profound sense of liberty comes not in grand gestures, but in the cool, sparkling, and perfectly bottled taste of freedom.
These were not just 25 dishes. This was a map of the American dream, steeped in the taste of freedom. From roadside dust to neon lights, every treat became a monument to a carefree era. The highway is waiting, and the flavor that built America remains unforgettable.